So friends, what do we do? What should we do when a judge lies to the Senate under oath at his confirmation hearing in his desperate bid to be confirmed to the Supreme Court so he could revoke women's constitutional privacy rights? What should we do? Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So Justice Samual Alito lied. He lied to get confirmed to the United States Supreme Court so he could revoke women's constitutional privacy rights. And we now know, courtesy of some new reporting, that not only did he lie to the Senate under oath during his confirmation hearing, but he also lied behind closed doors to the late Senator Edward Kennedy. Here's the new reporting from the New York Times. Headline: Alito assured Ted Kennedy in 2005 of respect for Roe v. Wade, diary says. And that article begins, Senator Edward M. Kennedy looked skeptically at the federal judge. It was November 15, 2005, and Samuel A. Alito, Jr., who was seeking Senate confirmation for his nomination to the Supreme Court, had just assured Mr. Kennedy in a meeting in his Senate office that he respected the legal precedent of Roe v. Wade, the 1973 court decision that legalized abortion. Quote, I am a believer in precedents, close quote, Judge Alito said in a recollection the senator recorded and had transcribed in his diary. Quote, people would find I adhere to that, close quote. In the same conversation, the judge edged further in his assurances on Roe than he did in public. Quote, I recognize there is a right to privacy, close quote, Alito said, referring to the constitutional foundation of the decision. Quote, I think it's settled, close quote. Alito lied. And he not only lied to Senator Kennedy, but he would go on to lie to the Senate under oath during his confirmation hearings, as these slides put together by my friends at Midas Touch demonstrate. He lied. Roe v. Wade is an important precedent of the Supreme Court. It was decided in 1973. It has been challenged on a number of occasions, and the Supreme Court has reaffirmed the decision. When a decision is challenged and it is reaffirmed, that strengthens its value. He lied. And friends, do you know how we know he lied? His own words. His own words expose him as a liar. Those words include, Roe was an abuse of judicial authority. Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. If he had told Senator Kennedy the truth behind closed doors, if he had told the Senate the truth in his confirmation hearing when he was asked what his views were on Roe v. Wade, he said, Senators, it's an abuse of judicial authority. Senators, it was egregiously wrongly decided from the start, and if confirmed, I promise you, I will revoke women's constitutional privacy rights that have stood for nearly 50 years. He lied. And friends, do you know what we do with people who lie to the Senate under oath in their determination to be confirmed to a higher court? We do three things. But put a pin in that, because Justice Alito just said something else that, frankly, knocked the wind out of me. Some new NBC reporting. Justice Samual Alito said in remarks at the Heritage Foundation that he and his colleagues, quote, want things to get back to normal, close quote, in the Supreme Court term that started this month. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito said Tuesday night that the leak of the draft opinion to overturn Roe v. Wade had made his life difficult. Made his life difficult. And Alito goes on to say, quote, but that was last term. Now we're in a new term, Alito said Tuesday, adding that the justices and staff members, quote, just want things to get back to normal, the way they were before all of this last term. So he just wants things to go back to normal for him. After he revoked, after he clawed back women's constitutional privacy rights, after he announced that women don't get to make their own reproductive decisions, those decisions will be made by judges and politicians without a woman's consent and over a woman's objection. He just wants things to go back to normal for him, but not for the women of this country. Not for our daughters, our granddaughters, our wives, our aunts, our nieces, our neighbors, our friends, our acquaintances. No, Samuel Alito just wants things to go back to normal for him. Let's go back to the earlier question, friends. What do you do when someone lies to the Senate under oath in order to get confirmed to the Supreme Court? It's an easy answer. You investigate that high crime. You indict and prosecute that crime in the event there's enough evidence to bring a charge, and it sure looks like there is, and you open an impeachment inquiry. That's what you do when someone lies to the Senate, concealing their true agenda, which is to revoke women's constitutional privacy rights. That's what you do. That's how you fight the lies, the injustice, and the indecency of a man like Samuel Alito. That's what we have to do. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.